welcome back to some more Thirstday. I hope all of you have a great day so far. And first of all, I apologize that this appeared on Friday rather than on Thursday, mainly because I actually forgot it. My Thursday was pretty much kind of stressed and lots of things happening, so I actually forgot it, and so sorry for that. So I decided that I will make it today instead, and we're gonna continue with Euryale. Euryale. Let's see. What is this for thing here? Actually, what is it? Is this a weird boat? I mean, I'm gonna say I kind of actually like her dress and all that. It looks really fabulous, you know. Really fab. It really do. I'm so sorry. My first is okay. That sounds wrong when concerning what we're looking at. Yeah, ignore what I said. And then there's this little sunny disc thing. It's I guess it's floating around. Ah. I think this is really interesting that we actually get to see, like, you know, backside of them as well and see more detail and stuff like that. Because it's very easy, especially when you're playing the game. It's very easy to be like, you just look through and then easy to forget the details and you don't really see them and all of that. Her expression, I kind of like this one here, where she looks a little bit concerned. Look, it could be cute. And let's see, true name Euryale. I still not sure how to pronounce this. Euryale. I'm gonna continue with Euryale. Euryale, chaotic good, height 1. What? That is like, but that is super small. What? Is it what? That is what? I mean, what the hell? That is like, is it like a dwarf or something? Strength E, Constitution E, Agility C, Magical and Luck E. What? That's some good ass luck and all that. But holy crap, that is small. Classical magic resistance A. Magic use magus of modern era will not be. Oh damn. I guess that's because divinity. Euryale possesses the independence action skill at high rank. Goddess is freedom and in and of itself. Goddess divine core. Oh, there we go. A skill representing one's status as a goddess perfected since birth. As a factor of preserving absoluteness of mind and body, repels all sort of mental interference, halts the body growth, and change nothing of the body no matter how much calories is consumed. A composite skill that also compromises the divinity skill. Okay, so that holds the body. That I find a little bit. I'm gonna say I find it a little bit weird. Why does it stop her at which I will say is in the age of a child? I mean, if it was like literally right away, I guess it would like a fetus, you know, and that would be fucking terrifying. A fetus floating around, you know. I mean, I find it like this. I know that the Euryale and Stella is supposed to be like the beauty men seek and all of that, and I just find this just very wrong, considering that it's obviously like they are very childish in their form and all of that. Obviously, she definitely have more slightly curving that you would assume from a more mature person, but still, it's obvious like the lollies they are the lolicons they are aimed this at, and I always find that just fucking weird. But otherwise, I mean, I can see that's the thing. I mean, I guess they are not born as normal people, as they are gods. So I assume that maybe they popped out like this from the ground, like pop, and then they don't grow from that, which I think is a shame. I want the goddess with, like Medusa, you know, big, tall, big badunkas. That is what I like. That's what I want. Not some childish and then say, this is what all men strive for. And I'm like, no, fuck you. That won't work on me. I will not accept that. That's just weird. Personally, blood. What? There's no magic in by restoration possible with anyone's blood, but because she likes Medusa's blood most, sucking Medusa's blood will greatly restore. Okay, first of all, that is kinky as heck. But wait, is Euryale a vampire? Wait, I had no fucking idea that she had this kind of skill. What? That is so weird. God damn. I didn't expect that, actually. I kind of feel bad for Medusa. I mean, I just imagine now Euryale and Stella like latching onto her like leeches, and poor Medusa like, a bit weird. Alluring melody A, the natural disposition of beautiful voice. Against male, it works an effect similar to a fascinating magic. Evasion is possible with magic resistance skill. A degree of effect reduction is also possible even if the target does not possess magical resistance skill, as long as the target has the will to resist. Whim of the Goddess A. Her nature that manifests as a skill due to her being a goddess. It bestows various effects, but not necessarily limited to beneficial ones. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, Alluring Melodies, it obviously reminds me of the sirens in the Greece mythology, you know, like, oh, and everyone, that guy that hear like, well, oh, just saying. Then again, I mean, I could imagine if I hear that, but no, I hear that you sing in the wrong tone. I will be very critical to that. I will not accept that. You need to keep it steady and get little bit higher to get a real man-dragging song. Okay, man-dragging? I don't know. Eye of the Euryale, gaze of the goddess. Eye of the Euryale, the charm of the goddess, capable of turning heroes into captives by a single blow, taking form of a noble phantasm. On her bow, her bewitching charm. On her arrowheads, her sweet, sweet whispers. An arrow that will shut down the hearts of any male, be they human or god. Its appearance is truly divine, also cute. It is divine, but also cute. A golden bow pattern with a heart marks all over it. Say, isn't that the god Cupid's? Is what her younger sister was about to say before mating a terrible fate. Oh god. So is that Cupid really Cupid's bow? That's pretty interesting. She calls Stella Watashi. For both second and third pronoun, okay? Personality. A beautiful maiden, purity and chastity themselves given form. Her character is free and unrestrained, her action without concern, her smile overflowing, and her words and deeds pure. I wouldn't say that, considering how they have been acting. The perfect goddess, the ideal woman. No, they are not ideal. In my opinion. A cute maiden who thoroughly behaves spoiled and makes men care about her. Beautiful and adorable things she freely and unconditionally loves. While ugly things she unconditionally hates. At least that's how she pretends to be. Whew! That's lucky, because, to be fair, I'm not a very beautiful thing. So, it would be a bit problematic, because if she started to hate me. I mean, I assume a beautiful maiden purity, the perfect goddess, the ideal woman. I assume more is supposed to be. I mean, I find that very weird in general, think about it. Because the perfect goddess, I mean, and the ideal woman. You know, I assume it could be in two ways. Either it's supposed to mean her body, her shape, her figure, you know, like her flesh. That sounds weird when I say it like that. Or the ideals, rather like how she is, like, you know. And obviously that's the thing as well. It's obvious, like, it's very subjective. As I said, I like my women with big badunkas. Others would be like, I like my women with less badunkas. And then they comes agree, I like my women young. And we're like, Fuck off, dude. That's just creepy. But, yeah. So I actually, you know what I would actually like with this? That would be that everyone see her differently, you know? Depending on your view on the ideal woman. And if you're like gay, is an ideal man instead. Seriously. I think that would be really cool. So instead of having like this form, it would be just a blob, a ditto. This is perfect! We put Ditto as Euryale, and we have the perfect waifu/husbando. Oh god, is people gonna fuck slime? And then again, people already do that, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But yeah. I mean, the ideal woman, I mean, her character is free and unrestrained, her action without concern, cute maiden, behave spoiled. I mean, the ideal woman? What? I don't think most people think ideal woman when they think that. I mean, I personally think, confident, that they're not afraid of doing things, or, all of this kind of stuff. And free and unrestrained, that I can agree on. Spoiled? I hate spoiled brats and spoiled people in general. Especially if they are like having everything served to them, and then they're like so spoiled and act like. It reminds me of some. I don't remember exactly who it was, but it was some rich ass dude. He literally was born into wealth, He was born to like super rich parents, and he was all like, "Oh man, I worked hard for this." Like, no, you didn't. You literally were born with a silver spoon so far up your ass. And then they act like they worked all... Oh, God, I hate that kind of people. Maybe because I've been poor my entire life, so I feel like... The truth is, although she is endowed with purity and chastity at her core, one can say that she is extremely sly and capricious. Oh my. She thinks that as long as she keeps quiet about that, no one will get mad. That is not a fraud if one no one knows about it. Although she would end up self-loathing afterwards, she possesses sort of a timid one that differs from her other self, Stella. She gives us a bit of a thunder feeling, particularly even though she bullies her younger sister Medusa, together with Stella when possible. In truth, she loves her. She truly loves her. That is sweet, actually. That is very sweet. Yeah. Overall, I can't really see this, I mean, now, of course, the way how a god or /goddess would see themselves and how they are is obviously very different from humans, because they are literally creatures pretty far up there, with they have these, what they see is right and wrong and different and right, whatever, is obviously very different from our perspectives. And though she seems like beautiful, purity, chastity themselves given form, but although endowed with purity and chastity, of course you can see it's extreme sly. Like, I kind of like it that actually, like, she is actually not really that. She's like, I'm a snake, something like that. Motives and attitude towards master. She shows a smiley face toward the master in a pleased manner. But to tell the truth, this is due to her enjoying watching someone on the path to root. Well, thank you, bitch. What is about that is purity and chastity? I mean, purity, that I think like something like Jean d'Arc is literally, pure and kind and sweet. And I just enjoy watching someone in the path to ruin, like. With the master being the first human she had laid her eyes on ever since a while, she wants to observe her suffering to her fill. For her to force unreasonable demands is a matter of course. Only those who manage to overcome this barging sale of unreasonable demands are worth an actual conversation with her. That is why I don't like these kind of characters, man. I guess. She has no wish towards the Holy Grail. If she is compelled to think of one, it would be return a place where the free season once away. Aww. But she already knows that it's nothing but a wish that will never come true. Aww. But it is the same as with Gilgamesh, because as some of you explained as well, reading about Gilgamesh, that his view on mankind is obviously very different from how we see it. You know, gods and all of that is obviously like, they are a bit different. Dear example, I am Euryale. Yes, I am indeed a goddess. Although yours would be a short life, do your best to make this most enjoyable for me, alright? I don't care much about Medusa, although, well, I suppose a servant is necessary. Now, hurry up and come out. Stella has received such a lovely gift just for today. I shall share it with you. I detest noisy people, to say nothing of violence. No, I just hate people. Well, that I guess we can agree on. You're prepared to fall for me, of course? No. A depiction. Okay. She has no ability to fight. She is unable to survive on her own. Okay, that sounds fantastic. The eternal maiden, unable to live without accepting help from others. The second daughter of the three Gorgon sisters from the Greek mythology. The embodiment of men's yearning. She is a goddess born as a perfect idol. There it is, the perfect... Oh god, no. What? Do they assume all men like, yes, I like the kids, or undeveloped? No. I want big badabunk. I want rocket launchers sticking out from the chest, and their asses be big as globes of destruction. Just saying. And then don't be like, and you see like a fully developed woman like hot, and they're like, I'm 8. And then they have like, oh wow, well, how old are you, little friend? Are you 5? I'm 92. What? Yeah. Ignore me. The same with the elder sister Stella. She was once one of the gods of ancient Greek. Normally there is no way for her to be summoned as a servant, but for some reason she manifests anyway. She is truly weak, possesses practically no combat prowess, but her noble family is exceedingly powerful in certain senses. Helpless, weak in exchange for eternal beauty, such is a goddess she should have been. But through becoming servant, she becomes somewhat stronger. Okay, so she actually got stronger by being a servant, huh? The Gorgon sisters were originally the same existence, so naturally Euryale and Stella are eternal identical existence as well, connecting together. Existing in a similar way with a certain kind of collective system, they call each other me. The third order is an exception, she had grow up becoming different in height and build her heart losing a connection with them. Yaha. Concept. As an ancient idol, as a genuine idol, she demonstrated the problematic characteristic of combat ability being of no use whatsoever, yet filled to the brim with only beauty. Okay. Connection with other characters. Stella, her other self. She calls herself me. Medusa, her beloved younger sister. She actually really loves her. On the surface, she calls her a mere slave and Medusaless. That's a good one. God. Always bullying, but it is very mean. Her younger sister definitely fears her, and yet, when Medusa was exiled to the shapeless island by the 12 Olympians, she went together with her as it was only obvious that she would do so. She had continued to harbor no fear toward her sister, even as Medusa was gradually changing to the grotesque monster and met her for the last time. Asterios! The boy who had turned into a monster. He reminds her of Medusa, and for some reason she just can't abandon. Aww, that's sweet. Comment from Illustrator. As I was thinking of making them, I have the same hair color but different clothing detail. Yeah, that's true. I thought, what if the two would have normally spent time mirror trace each other, become a slightly different little by little. So I had her elder big sister clothing layered to her face inward while her face outward. I want to use an anemone as cypress for her headdress flowers, but although I want to split the layer in ones and twos, it became too hard to prepare it, so I ended up with a simple motif instead. She gives a refreshed feeling comparatively. Okay. in general, I'm gonna say I actually like Euryale. You know, even if she's an obvious lolly, she's not in extreme sense like, for example, Jack. You know, and it's obviously that even if she's obviously incredible small, bigger sister, she's obviously have more physical build of an more mature. Oh my god, cat, you shit like a fucking PogChamp. How do you do that, Chun-Li? For such a small cat, you dropping bombs. Holy shit. Whew. Wow. But yeah. And I do in that genre as well as in gameplay wise. I think she's actually really nice, especially when fighting Lancer dudes. She's like, holy shit, a real monster in that. I mean, obviously it's very niche, but I still like it. And I in general think she's a pretty okay character design, as I said, design wise and all of that. Even if I think like this, oh, she's the perfect idol and all that. Like, I feel like it could have been a little bit more. I think they could be a little bit more mature rather than these very young, childish ones. I mean, I can see that if they were like this more playful, trickster, and kind of silly kid style, and all of that. At least what I think. But in general, I think for a lolly, she is pretty good. Especially compared to like Jack and stuff like that. Though it still makes me really think, because originally, as I heard, they said, and you guys said that you can't summon gods or anything like that. But here we are, literally having gods, and we have it for a long time. And obviously they are much weaker than they should be normally. In Steno's case, though, she even got stronger. And I think finding that like, okay, I'm completely okay with that. I think that's really cool because there are many interesting gods out there. I mean, I would like to see like Thor and Odin and Loki and all of these gods, and many others for that matter. So I'm all for that. Though I was a bit surprised by the bloodsucking. I had no idea about that she was a little mini vampire. So I will give Euryale 7 out of 10. I will. And especially because I just really like her with Asterios. And Asterios, of course, fluffy boy taking care of the little goddesses and all of that. So next up is Arash. Arash is a sweet boy. Stella! Oh, see, he doesn't even have his arm there anymore. Oh no. That's awful. He lost his arms, guys. Oh, there they are. There are the arms. I remember when I first saw Arash, when I got him in summoning and all that, I was like, man, he's a bit weird. Mainly because, the cyan-colored breastplate was such an odd thing, because breastplate itself is not very odd, but the color, it was such a color that stand out in that regard. But I can't actually, looking like this, man, I really actually dig his design, and it's gonna be awesome to see him in the anime, Camelot movie. That I'm so fucking hyped to see him there. And the bow looks like, holy shit, imagine if you getting stabbed with that, like. Do I feel bad? And I kind of like the design there. It's cool. But, I just makes me think on Stella. Seriously, it's a very nice design. I like it. Really cool. Arash, Persian mythology, West Asia, 185. Fuck me, he's taller than me, but I'm heavier. Wait, that is not good. Probably shouldn't be. Failed prototype. Really? I didn't know he was there. And why is Camelot not here? Strength D, Constitution E, Agility A, Magical B, Luck, and Noble Fantasy C. Shouldn't his Noble Fantasy be actually really high? While he can only use it once, it's like a fucking nuke. And hello, Chun-Li. Come here. Come here. Ja, kom med. Oi. Are you clumsy? Yeah. But, yeah. I feel like it would be much stronger, but maybe it's just me. Magic Resistance negates spell with a chance of 2 verses or less. Cannot defend against something more complex like High Magecraft or Ritual Curses. Independent action C, the ability to sustain himself for a while if the mana supply from the master is cut. In senior rank, it's possible to stay mana for 1 day without the master. Oh well. Clairvoyant. What? Good eyesight, perception of distance, target, improved kinetic vision. Having this skill on rank A or higher, which Arash does, enabled even one type of future sight, prediction, and minor. What? He can predict the future and read minds? What? Holy crap. Robust health. Yeah, what? One of the many traits of the Age of Gods, Arash is the special health body he had since he was born. The story of how Arash never got hurt even on the battlefield and never got sick turned into a skill. Man, I wish I had that. It ranks up his endurance stat and reduces the damage he takes when he's attacked. It is a composite skill as the skill of poison resistance is included on it. Borrowed arrow construction. Hey. He's a designer and builder of bows thanks to the being blessed of the goddess of Aramaite's knowledge. He can easily make bows and arrows if he has... That is so cool! Holy crap! He needs physical material for bows, but arrow can be made just spending mana. With this, Arash can shoot counter arrow in quick. Dude, that's pretty cool. It's like the Queen in Bleach, you know, like they're shooting like this magical arrows, whatever it was. Stella, rank B plus. An arrow shot with all his strength, exactly like in the legend, the ultimate shot. A max range remote attack literally splits the land, ending all conflicts. Due to the sheer amount of end use for it, it doubled as an anti-fortress noble fathom. Yeah. According to the legend, Arash created a border between Persia and Turan with his ultimate arrow. He split the land. His shooting range was exactly 250... Nani? The legend also tells that in exchange for using his superhuman special move, he had his whole body scattered in all directions and lost his life. Yeah, no shit. Since it affected a wide territory instead of focusing on a single point, it classified as an anti-army noble phantasm. But considering its range, it would make more sense to call it anti-counter. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh man. However, it is one use only, because Arash the user will lose his life without fail. Since it destroyed both Noble Phantasm and the user at the same time, it is in a certain sense double broken Phantasm. Yeah, it's kind of easy. But if you don't have like Euryale that can do some fancy magic and res you afterwards, obviously. Ore? Cheerful and deeply righteous hero. It smiles that everyone encourages people a lot. In times of peace, he's quite kind and tolerant, but in time of war, he's extremely cold and rational. Although he has a composure necessary to instantly accurately. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Calculate the trajectories of all counted arrows in the battlefield, he rarely shows the settlement to others. Wait. He's a calculate track of all. What? Dude, that is insane. My god. He's a man who does what it needs to be done when it needs to be done. He doesn't hesitate, doesn't anguish either. No matter the land or age, he's here to serve the wish of those who want peace. Man, he's such a good boy. Motivation, attitude towards the master. He can interact with anyone without hiding anything. He will be frank, especially with the master from the very beginning. You could say he's loyal to them, but it's more that he sees them as a trustworthy companion. For that reason, he would never betray them. He will he will try to start friendly conversation, but will always keep enough distance and not be considered as rude or impolite. He has no wish for the Grail. He will continue to exist as a hero who saves the innocent, exactly how he was when he was alive. Arash will answer with all his might to the master trying to restore human history. Even now, he never forgets how he lived as a hero who saved the people, and how he gave everything he had to the people. Man, he's such a sweet boy. He's the kind of boy that any granny would love, like, ah, you're such a sweet boy, Arash. Here, have some pumpkin pie. Well, that's what I am, a hero who ends fights. I'll show you a meteor. Meteor? Are you in this? Now now I imagine Arash literally take meteor and like, Pewink! Manly power. A shot arrow will never come back. Once you fix an arrow to strings, pull it and shoot. There is no turning back. Isn't here what you call a guy does the job when people need him? Well, I don't really know. If you're really worthy of calling yourself my master, then do good deeds. I'm counting on you. Aww. Armaments, a bow he built himself. That's cool. A great hero from ancient Persian legends. As a soldier under the last West Asian king of the Age of the Gods, King Manukir, a legendary king who ruled over ancient Persia for 120 years. 120 years? That's a long time! Grandson of King Feridun, the hero who fought against Sahak, an avatar of the evil dragon Azidahaka. He was the last archer ending the 60-year war between Persia and Turan. Dude. Still, there is a bunch of characters here I could easily see as servants that I would actually... I need to read up on, like King Manukir, Feridun, Sahak, Azidahaka. Seriously, there's a bunch of interesting names. I need to read up about those. A savior hero who brought peace and tranquility to both countries. His story says that by shooting arrow with all his strength, he ended all battles and performed a feat that exceeded human comprehension. But in exchange, he burst and scattered his entire body, meeting it. That kind of sucks. In Persian mythology, at the end of a long war between two countries, the enemy army of Turan sieged King Manukir's army, and this led to the king of both countries deciding to sign a peace treaty and establish their national borders. That entailed making someone climb Mount Damawan and shot an arrow to the east from there, and the place where the arrow fell would mark the location of the national border. The only volunteer at the time was the Persian army's best archer, Arash. During the first month of the summer, on a sunny morning of Terigan, Persian of summer solstice, Arash drew his bow more than ever before and shot an arrow. It is said that the moment his body went flying in all directions. Man, that must suck. Most legends say the arrow kept flying the entire morning and landed on noon at the coast of Oxu River in Central Asia, 2,500 kilometers away from the shooting. What? The river remained as two countries' border line until the 10th century, when the Mongol armies pushed the Persian territory to the south. The distance of the arrow flew is different in various sources. One version says the distance was 1,000 farsakhs, and the other says the distance were 40 days. What? Wait, how long is a 4-day walk? Maybe. And how much is 1,000 farsakhs? That's odd. Most stories say the arrow flew from the daybreak until noon, but some say it flew from daybreak to sunset. The name Arash in ancient Persia has a meaning associated with cheerfulness and lack of common sense. Yeah. He also known as Arash Kamangir, or Swift Archer. Translated to English, Arash Kamangir would be Arash the Archer. In West Asia, the word archer refers to the peace-bringing Arash. In Iran, he celebrated Terigan festivals on summer solstice. Even now, the hero Arash is still loved by West Asians. Oh, how about that? And they made him a 1-star. Couldn't they make him like a 4-star or 5-star? That would be cool. Related characters, Ozymandias. Both acknowledge each other as heroes of the same era. A son of serenity. Since her entire body is poison, noble phantasm, she is someone who cannot be touched by anyone. But Arash is an exception to this rule, because poison doesn't affect him. Artoria. Arash tends to think quite often about King Arthur, so he likes the symbol vestige of the Age of Gods. The great hero of Persian mythology, at least that was he was supposed to be, but everyone tells me he looked like a background character. At the time I still didn't know how to draw characters for smartphone games, so I was trying to a lot of different deeds, and I'm thinking too much about his rarity when I designed him. Despite this, he got a self-destruct Noble Phantasm and was promoted to a Sugin No Fragment character. Thank you everyone, especially Sakurai-san and Nakahara-san. Although I'm saying all this, I really like the design for the armor and weapons. I like thinking about balance between lame and cool and about making things easily, make things visually memorable when designing a character. I designed the bow in a way you could feel like he cut down some holy tree to make it. By the way, the first idea to his Noble Phantasm was making the bow grow giant, but it got several reasons. Aw, really? That would be cool. That would be cool. But okay, Arash. Oh gosh. I'm gonna say, first time I saw him, I was like, You know, I saw this weird ass dude with his odd colored breastplate and 1 star. Like, how could he be good? Like, I was a young, naive child back then. But after seeing Camelot and reading about him here, it's like, I mean, he is a nice character in general. But obviously, his one-time use. And I will never forget that when you guys literally tricked me into using his Noble Phantasm and he died. That was sad. God damn. And I must say, in general, I think he's a good character, you know? I would actually, though I think it's kind of sad that he's actually not more higher ranked. Because if my understanding is right, literally the name Archer, well, the thing Archer is pretty much related to him. So he's like the very, you know, essence of archery, you know. So he, in that regard, he would actually be. I could actually see him as a grand archer, you know, like Gramps is grand assassin, and all that. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking on it, but I think that would be interesting. But in the end, though, I think he's a good character. I like his design and his personality. He having this bro feeling to him, just make him just genuine very nice. So I will give him an 8 out of 10. I will Stella again. Ah, gosh. I do feel like, I mean, I actually been using him more lately, because when I've been farming like embers and stuff, I generally use him the first to either wipe out all the enemies or damaging them enough so I can easily take them out with the rest. And yeah, it is good for farming, even if he's a bit sad every time I'm using him. If he's a bit sad about that. But yeah, in general, I think it's cool and it was really nice to read. I will be back though, hopefully next Thursday, without forgetting it. And we're gonna see what's gonna be for next characters. So thank you for watching, see you later on, and have a continued super great day.